Come on down to the gym, we'll see what we can do. Just... Hang on. Are you the coach?
Colin Farrell is an Irish actor who earned himself quite a reputation. Back in the day, he used to get wild with women and alcohol. He's gone sober and become a great father, but he still gives off the charming bad boy energy. Watch our new video to learn about the life and career of this stud. How Colin Farrell lives and how much he earns. Colin James Farrell was born on May 31, 1976, in the suburb town of Castleknock near Dublin. His father, Eamon Farrell, played professional soccer for the Irish club Shamrock Rovers. His mother, Rita, was a stay-at-home mother who took care of their 4 children. The hero of today's video is the youngest sibling with a brother named Eamon Jr. and sisters Catherine and Claudine. The latter is currently Colin's personal assistant. Looking up to his father and uncle, who also played for Shamrock Rovers, Colin played soccer too, considering following in their footsteps. But cinema was also his passion. He saw Steven Spielberg's E.T. when he was only 7, and the movie made a lasting impression on him. He can still remember bawling his eyes out during the final scene. Colin and his sister Claudine used to sneakily watch old black and white movies late at night. A Hollywood icon, Marilyn Monroe, also amplified Colin's interest in cinematography. He had a poster of her in his room and brought her donations as if it was an altar. Usually, he left her Smarties accompanied with the note, "You should try these." Unfortunately, the poor guy never got a response from Marilyn. Miss Farrell decided to send Colin to dancing classes together with his elder brother Eamon. As for school, he went to St. Brigid's National School, then to a private school for boys, Castleknock College, followed by Franciscan College, Gormanston. He wasn't a good boy per se, and went even harder in his teen years. He skipped school with his friends to go to bars, did some shoplifting, and got into several brawls. When Colin was 17, he attacked a teacher who noticed he fell asleep during class. It happened right before final exams, but he never made it there as he got expelled. The incident didn't really upset the young man, and he kept the party going. While out in a club, Colin was approached by the manager of the Boys' Own boy band to invite him to an audition. Colin did such a bad job at renditioning a George Michael song that the producers couldn't believe it was real and asked him to start again. His second attempt failed as miserably as the first one, and Farrell's music career ended right there, before it even started. After that, Colin took a year to travel across Australia, where he got into some trouble. One time, local police suspected him of attempted murder. Apart from looking like the guy they were looking for, he didn't remember anything that happened the night before. On top of that, Colin took drugs that night, and the only thing that got him out of trouble was his friend who kept a record of that night. It turned out Colin was on the other side of the town when the crime happened. After Farrell came back to Ireland, he decided to listen to his brother Eamon and went to the Gaiety School of Acting. He dropped out of school after only a year of studying as he started to get small roles. In the late 90s, he had his first acting experience in the dramas Frankie Starlight, The Disappearance of Finbar, Drinking Crude, and Falling for a Dancer. In 1998, the young actor was cast in Ballykissangel, a TV series telling a story about an English preacher living in a small Irish town. Colin's character, named Danny Byrne, appeared in 18 episodes. While shooting for the soap opera, Farrell also appeared in the drama TV series Love in the 21st Century and the thriller The War Zone, which was a directing debut for Tim Roth. Colin also made some money shooting for ad campaigns, for example, men's underwear, and appeared on stage at Donmar Warehouse in London. One night, Kevin Spacey spotted the promising actor on stage. His performance impressed Spacey so much that he offered Farrell to star in his movie, the crime comedy Ordinary Decent Criminal. The movie premiered in January 2000.
I can tell you don't like to talk. You have no interest in conversation.
Not true. I love a good chat, man.
A bit later, the world saw the war drama Tigerland. Joel Schumacher, the project director, casted the actor as a firm believer in pacifism who does everything to avoid going to war in Vietnam.
Upstate New York.
Wow.
How about you, Boz? Where are you from?
Texas, Jim. It's in the southwestern part of the United States.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll double check that on the map. Thanks.
The young actor had to drop the Dublin accent for the role and learn the Texan accent. Colin also had to do a nude scene, which made him extremely nervous. He even went to the director to get a second opinion about his look, but the scene didn't make it to the final cut. By the way, only 5 cinema theaters showed the picture, but this work was positively received by critics, bringing him awards from the Boston Society of Film Critics and London Film Critics. Back at the time, Colin was dating upcoming actress Amelia Warner. They went out for a year, but there were rumors they even got married. It turned out they had a ceremony on a beach in Tahiti. However, it was completely symbolic, and the couple knew that. They just were on vacation and decided to do a fake wedding for fun. When talking about this relationship, Colin mentioned that they both were very young and everything happened too fast. However, he still had Amelia's name tattooed on his ring finger, which he later removed. The next love interest of the Irish actor was model Nicole Narain. Some also speculated that he dated Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Demi Moore, Angelina Jolie, Ashley Scott, Michelle Rodriguez, and many others. 2001 brought another movie to Farrell's filmography and $2 million to his bank account. It was the Western film American Outlaws. A year after that was even richer in premieres, with 3 movies coming out. In the drama Heart's War, the actor co-starred with Bruce Willis and got paid $2.5 million. He grossed the same amount of money for appearing in Steven Spielberg's action movie Minority Report, with Tom Cruise playing the leading role. He still laughs when he recalls the shooting days. One time he got to the set the day after his birthday. He had a lot of fun celebrating and had a brutal hangover. It took him 56 takes to get one line right, and his sister, who's also his personal assistant, was so ashamed that she left the set. Colin can still remember that unfortunate line, but luckily the viewers didn't see him suffer.
Since each piece is unique, the shape and grain is unique. The shape and grain is impossible to forge.
I'm sure you all understand the legalistic drawback to pre-crime methodology.
Here we go again.
In 2002, Colin got to work with Joel Schumacher for the second time, featuring in the crime thriller Phone Booth. Filming took only 10 days, and the most emotionally challenging scene was the one where Colin's character repents of his sins. He nailed it on the first take, and the film crew burst in applause for him. As for Farrell himself, he claimed this work to be the most important in his career.
Well, what do you remember about those killings?
I don't know.
Well, you think of yourself as a smart guy, Stu. Try.
But they got shot. I don't know, all right?
2003 was also a busy year for the actor. He appeared in the thriller biography movie called Veronica Guerin and the drama Intermission, which scored him a European Film Academy Awards nomination. He also starred in the action movie SWAT, for which he got $8 million, and a spy thriller, The Recruit, where he got to work with his childhood hero Al Pacino. At the beginning of the movie, you can spot Colin's real family photos. Did you know that the scene where Farrell's character tells girls in the bar that he just got out of prison was the actor's improvisation? He used this line one time to hit on a girl in real life, and it worked. Colin made $5 million from this movie, but he got something even more precious out of it. Al Pacino called his young co-star the best actor of his generation.
What are the names of your instructors?
Okay. John's the wise guy. Paul's the cute one. George is pretty quiet.
Daredevil became another big project for Colin in 2003, where he played the antagonist, a psycho Bullseye, but initially he auditioned for the main role. Fun fact, this was the first time Colin could speak in his Irish accent in an American movie and also ride a bike. He received an MTV nomination for Best Villain and won a popcorn bucket-shaped award in the category Best Transatlantic Breakthrough.
How did you get past my security?
Oh, you mean that guy?
Was that really necessary?
Necessary? No. It was fun.
Colin had his first child with Canadian model Kim Bordenov. Their son, James Podrick, was born on September 12, 2003. The actor missed his birth as he was filming that day. Soon after the couple welcomed their firstborn into the world, they broke up. The boy was diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, a genetic disorder. Colin wasn't scared by the difficulties, and he said several times that James was a gift and fatherhood was the best thing that ever happened to him. His son's diagnosis inspired Farrell to fund a research center whose mission is to find a cure for Angelman syndrome. He doesn't talk about it often as he believes that everyone should help children if they can. 2004 was marked by the premiere of the drama A Home at the End of the World. The actor went out of his way to audition for the leading role. By the way, his nude scenes didn't make it to the final cut, just like in Tigerland.
Do you think I'm attractive?
Oh, that's what I thought you were gonna ask. And yes, absolutely I do.
In the same year, the viewers saw Farrell on screen portraying Alexander the Great in Oliver Stone's Alexander, an action movie with an expensive production budget.
Does it not occur to you that if my Persian subjects bow down before me, it's important for them to do so? Do I insist on Greeks doing the same? You accept.
The actor earned $10 million for the movie, but despite a huge production budget and an all-star cast, the picture didn't do great at the box office. The director received backlash for a distorted depiction of the ruler of Macedonia, while Colin Farrell was nominated for a Golden Raspberry. On top of that, he got a pretty bad sunburn and broke an ankle after falling down the stairs. This failure made Colin rethink working on Hollywood blockbusters and that indie movies looked way more appealing to him. He says that if a movie has a budget of over $150 million, there's no room left for artistry. That's why he avoids big projects, but he's still willing to take a risk from time to time. In 2005, the star appeared in an episode of Scrubs and in the history drama The New World, where he played John Smith, an explorer who fell in love with the Native American princess Pocahontas. While preparing for the role, Colin read all of the books that Captain Smith published after he got back to England. The actor shed some weight and underwent training together with his co-stars. They learned to use guns and lived like the Pilgrim Fathers. At the end of the year, Farrell went to rehab to battle his addiction. An official statement says that he developed an addiction after he used painkillers to alleviate the back pain. In reality, the issue was way more serious, as Colin used to get drunk or high since he was 14. He says that the early 2000s were his lost years as he spent most of the time partying. He also suffered from chronic insomnia from the age of 12. It wasn't until he went to a psychiatrist to deal with his depression that he realized how bad it was. The therapist asked Colin to make a list of all substances he used in the last week, and the list was so long that it became clear that he needed to change some things in his life. Meanwhile, his acting career continued. In 2006, the drama Ask the Dust and the action movie Miami Vice were released. Tom Cruise was supposed to take the leading part in the remake of Miami Vice, but the director chose Farrell. He earned $10 million for the role.
It's the talk of a man. If he were your husband, he would never put you at risk. He would never put you within 1,000 miles of anything that could hurt you.
Colin was one of the candidates to become the next James Bond in Casino Royale, but the role went to Daniel Craig. Pierce Brosnan, who portrayed James Bond before that, offered Farrell for the role, but he rejected it. Colin declined many other projects like the action movie Collateral Damage and the drama Brokeback Mountain. In 2006, the actor also got in the middle of a scandal after his ex-girlfriend Nicole Narain posted their sex tape online. Farrell sued both Nicole and the platform where she posted the video, which ended in signing a non-disclosure agreement. Here's some more facts about his love life. The actor had a fling with Carmen Electra, and the media speculated he dated his co-star Lake Bell. There was another unpleasant incident that happened during the filming of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. A woman called Desiree Bradford, a telephone sex worker, attacked Colin, threw her book at the host, and threatened the actor with a lawsuit. She did try to sue him for harassment twice, but the court dismissed her appeal for the lack of evidence. Bradford failed a lie detector test, trying to prove her accusations against the actor. The scandal scene was cut from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and never went live. In 2007, Farrell starred in Woody Allen's drama thriller Cassandra's Dream. A year later, the actor appeared in the criminal movies Pride and Glory and In Bruges. Critics acclaimed his role as a young and green hitman in Bruges as his best work. The Golden Globe jury also recognized the actor by presenting him an award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. His co-star, Brendan Gleeson, was also nominated, and the two men argued who would get the award. Farrell ended up winning twice that night.
Well, you lot ain't going up there.
Pardon me? Why?
I mean, it's all windy stairs. I'm not being funny.
What exactly are you trying to say?
What exactly am I trying to say?
Back at the time, Colin went out with Irishwoman Marin McDonnell and then writer Emma Forrest for 6 months. 2009 graced us with 4 premieres starring Farrell. In May, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus came out. Colin and his co-stars, Johnny Depp and Jude Law, donated their income to Heath Ledger's daughter, Matilda, to secure her future. In September, the actor presented the war drama Triage, which he also produced, and the drama Ondine. To prepare for the role in Triage, he lost about 40 pounds, eating only tuna and drinking black coffee and Diet Coke. As for Ondine, a heartfelt story about a fisherman who caught a mythic creature, Colin believes that it flew under the radar.
She's been waiting.
I know, I'm sorry, something came up.
The appointment's for 6, she gets upset.
I know, I'm making up to her. How's my baby?
Bye, Mom. You just have to fuck it up, don't you?
Yeah, it's genetic.
He met a Polish actress, Alicja Bachleda, on set, who later became the mother of his second son. The relationship didn't last long, and the couple broke up in 2010. During the same time, Colin became close with the Queen of Hollywood, Elizabeth Taylor. They used to have long late-night conversations before she passed away, but the actor said that their romantic relationship was purely platonic. In December 2009, he starred in the drama musical Crazy Heart. He worked with famous vocal coach Roger Love to prepare for the role and learn to sing. He sang all of the songs in the movie himself. Right before he turned 34, the actor overcame another addiction, nicotine. He smoked a whole pack that day and even wrote a goodbye letter to cigarettes. He put out his last cigarette at 11:55 p.m. and never smoked again. In the next few years, Colin appeared in the drama The Way Back, the criminal movie London Boulevard, the horror movie Fright Night, and comedies Horrible Bosses and 7 Psychopaths, which earned him an MTV nomination. He also starred in the adventure-action movie Total Recall, which was pretty physically demanding for the actor. He did a fight scene without a stunt double, which took him 22 takes, but the most challenging scene was the one where Colin had to recite an excerpt from Beethoven's Sonata 17 for 15 seconds. Farrell was very anxious as he had played the piano ages ago as a kid, and just for a little while. One time, Colin spent a night on the set because he wanted to experience what it's like to wake up in the future.
Hold it here. You hold it there and it cinch shorts. One of those bolts will shoot straight through your hand.
No shit, huh?
No shit. Easier ways to get a day off.
In 2013, Farrell did a voiceover for the animated movie Epic, did the thriller Dead Man Down, and played the role of the father of writer Pamela Travers in the biopic Saving Mr. Banks. In 2014, Colin acted in the screen adaptation of the play Fröken Julia by Swedish playwright August Strindberg. He also was cast in the adventure drama Winter's Tale, the thriller Solace, and the dark comedy Lobster.
What happened?
She jumped from the window of room 180. There's blood and biscuits everywhere.
I hope she dies right away. On second thoughts,
I hope she suffers quite a bit before she dies.
The actor had to gain 40 pounds for the role in Lobster, but he didn't enjoy a diet consisting exclusively of fast food and sweets. He craved a cucumber or some salad on the second day. But he got a great reward for the sacrifice he made for the sake of art. Movie critics showered him with appraising reviews. He got a European Film Awards nomination, and the movie received fantastic feedback at the Cannes Film Festival. Apart from that, in 2015, Colin got one of the leading roles in the second season of the TV series True Detective.
Thought I was the worst of these people?
Saw that rumor about you killing the guy was bullshit. Figured maybe the rest of it was too.
I just decided it was just a rumor.
He played Ray Velcro, a detective who takes bribes and doesn't care about the rules. The reviews were mainly good, but the critics concluded that the second season came out not as dynamic as the first season. In the same year, Farrell became the face of Dolce & Gabbana's fragrance Intenso. In 2016, the first part of a new Harry Potter franchise, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, came out. Colin portrayed Percival Graves, an Auror and the head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. He received the biggest salary yet for this gig, and while he usually prefers not to film in movies like this time he genuinely enjoyed his time on set. Farrell said that he loved the wizarding world created by Joanne Rowling and that he found the Harry Potter movies therapeutic. However, he didn't read any books about the wizard.
You fool nobody, Mr. Scamander. You brought this obscurus into the city of New York in the hope of causing mass disruption, breaking the statute of secrecy, and revealing the magical world.
You know that can't hurt anyone. You know that.
You were therefore guilty of a treasonous betrayal of your fellow wizards and are sentenced to death.
Around that time, he dated a mystery girl, but journalists found out that it was Kelly McNamara. Colin set his record in long-term relationships. They dated for 5 years before they split up because the actor was working most of the time. In the following year, he co-starred with Nicole Kidman in 2 movies. The producers of the drama The Beguiled were looking for a Chris Pratt type for the role and decided to cast our guy. To make his performance in The Killing of a Sacred Deer authentic, Farrell had to watch real heart surgeons perform operations. One of the procedures depicted in the movie, bypass surgery, made such an impression on Colin in real life that he almost fainted while watching it.
Nice watch.
Thanks.
What's the water resistance?
200 meters.
And it's got a date display.
Yes, it does.
I might have gone for a metal strap instead of a leather strap.
Really?
Yes. I think I'd prefer a metal strap.
In 2017, another premiere for Farrell was the crime thriller Roman J. Israel Esquire. Next year, he appeared in the thriller Widows and was the narrator in the TV series Legend of Cambria. Colin's work schedule got so intense that he started to worry he would begin using psychedelic substances again to take the edge off. That's why he decided to take preventative measures and checked into an Arizona rehab center after 12 years of sobriety. As for the reason, Farrell says that he needs to be sober for his son. When James turned 18, Colin and his ex-girlfriend, Kim, filed for conservatorship for their son to continue navigating him through life. In 2019, the star voiced a character in a short animated movie, Gloomy Eyes, and acted in Guy Ritchie's crime action movie, The Gentleman, and a touching fantasy movie, Dumbo, by Tim Burton.
You sure you can do this?
Okay. I fly elephants all the time. Are you sure you can do this?
It's one hand tied behind my back.
The cast was stunned to see Colin perform several horse riding tricks. He also made sure that the animals featured in the movie were taken good care of. One thing the actor couldn't tame was his swearing. The crew had a swear jar on set, and they say that Farrell left the most money there. The money was later donated to charity. In 2020, the actor was featured in the crime action movie Ava, and the year after that, he appeared in the fantasy thriller Voyagers, the sci-fi drama After Yang, and the mini-TV series The North Water.
And you must fancy I'm a liar.
Oh, I don't know what you are.
I'm an honorable man. That's what I am. I do my duty. I have no cause to feel any shame because of it.
The shooting took place in Hungary and on the Svalbard archipelago in the Arctic Ocean. The place became the northernmost shooting place in the history of TV drama shows. The premiere of the long-anticipated superhero movie, The Batman, happened in March 2022. Farrell played the role of the Penguin, but the viewers could barely recognize the actor behind the makeup and prosthetics. The makeup crew spent from 3.5 to 4 hours every day getting Colin ready for the shoot. To make the wig fit more natural, Farrell shaved his head, and he had padding inside his clothes to change his body. The day when Colin had the first fitting and makeup session was one of the most exciting days of his career. He realized that he had complete freedom in crafting a villain that had never been seen before. His youngest son, Henry, was terrified when he was the Penguin, as he didn't recognize his father. By the way, the actor used to go to the nearest coffee shop dressed up as the Penguin to make sure no one would figure out it was him. Colin got MTV and Saturn nominations for the role.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. You looking for me? See you met the twins. Boy, you're everything they say.
Right after The Batman premiered, a biopic 13 Lives came out. Farrell got a diver certification for the movie, but later he admitted that he went a bit too enthusiastic as he had several panic attacks underwater, and that after that he would think twice before saying yes to filming underwater.
We've been flown in by the Thai government to help.
You are British Army?
No, British Cave Rescue Council. We're volunteers.
The cave is flooded.
Yeah, John. Hey, Vern, there seems to be a problem here.
In September 2022, The Banshees of Inisherin, a black comedy about two friends who had a falling out, came out.
No, I didn't come down to chat. I just came down to say that all that last night was just the whiskey talking, Colin.
All what last night?
All whatever it was I was saying.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I can't remember much of it, but I remember the gist of it wasn't the best.
Several animals were featured in the movie, and they seemed not to enjoy Colin's company. He got bit by a dog, a horse that was pulling a cart with the actor nearly threw him in the water, a donkey named Jenny kicked him when he was feeding her. According to Farrell, Jenny was the real diva on set and refused to do what she was told. The thing is that Jenny wasn't trained for filming, so sometimes they had to bring out her stunt double, a donkey that had more experience in the movie industry. Critics were stunned by the hard work done by the film crew, together with the insightful plot, scoring the team a bunch of awards and nominations. Colin Farrell won a Golden Globe and was nominated for an Oscar, BAFTA, and Actors Guild Award in 2 categories. Farrell also received an award at the Venice Film Festival and many other less significant awards. Soon we'll see the actor in the TV miniseries Sugar, and he's also filming for the TV miniseries about the villain Penguin. Colin is also an executive producer of both projects. He's also rumored to be featured in the comedy drama Love Child. This year, Colin was among the first actors to support the Hollywood writers' strike. He showed up at a picket on Times Square in New York and stated that the entire movie industry depends on the writers who are now asking for fair compensation. Farrell's net worth is estimated at $80 million. He bought a house in Hollywood Hills in 2000, but he moved out of it after he left rehab. He put the house on sale for $1.3 million in 2020. The house in English country style has 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a living room with a high ceiling and a wood-burning stove, a dining room, several terraces, and balconies. In 2006, Colin got a mansion in Los Feliz, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, for $4.3 million. There were Russian-style steam baths in the neighborhood, and the actor frequented the place to detox his body. In March 2023, he sold the house for $5.3 million. He got another house in the same area for nearly $6 million. There are several rooms there, including a living room with a fireplace, a library, a spacious kitchen, and a poolside recreation zone with a stunning view of the LA skyscrapers. Recently, Farrell got one more house in California for $1.3 million, a 3-minute drive away from Yosemite National Park. The 2,000-square-foot cabin fits 3 bedrooms, the same number of bathrooms, a kitchen with an adjacent dining room, and a small living room with a stone fireplace. Sources also say that the actor has some property in Ireland, like an apartment in Dublin. There were several construction issues, so Colin had to start a lawsuit against the developer. As for cars, the actor was seen driving a Cadillac Escalade and a tough-looking Ford Bronco. Despite being sober for many years, Colin still has the image of a bad boy and Irish stud. However, he calls himself a mama's boy and says that his mother is the epitome of a strong woman for him. Farrell can often be spotted leaving the yoga studio, and he doesn't care about his looks. He wears t-shirts and jeans most of the time, and sometimes he throws on joggers and a jacket over the naked body. The actor loves a variety of foods and enjoys fast food from time to time. An Irish quick-service restaurant chain, Abracadabra, even gave Colin a black card that allows him to eat there for free. Colin hates traveling by plane, but he has a lucky charm: a pair of underwear with a 3-leaf clover, the symbol of Ireland. It is a gift from his brother. The actor wears it on the first day of filming. Colin Farrell has a versatile collection of characters under his belt. Which one is your favorite?
Now, it seems for this brief moment in time, I found my way into the film business, and last night I made a film.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.